Okay, so I told myself I was only going to get one thing from the Laurel Denise Undated launch. One thing. And then this happened. That said, I have zero regrets and I will not be taking questions. Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to Imperfectly Planned. Let's get into it. Quick disclaimer before we dive in, I am an affiliate for Laurel Denise, which means if you use my code imperfect10 at checkout, you'll save 10% and I'll earn a small commission. But real talk, I love Laurel Denise and I wouldn't recommend things that I don't use. So highly recommend them. Everything you're about to see, I bought with my own money because I genuinely use it. Okay, let's start opening stuff. Okay, first up, I want to talk about the planners. I feel like that's what most people are interested in because they do have two new daily layouts. They are quarterly planners. So let's start with the Claire. The Claire, I think Laurel called it a cousin to the Scout. Do I have my Scout? I do. So a cousin to the Scout. I don't know if those are both in frame, but cousin to the Scout, they are the same size. Feels like the same coil. Just for a bit of a size comparison, they are exactly the same size. And let's look from the sides. I do have like a few stickers here, so keep that in mind. We'll flip it to the side here. It looks like the Claire is actually thicker at the bottom here. That is because it has the 365, I'm guessing 366 or more days, because I bet every month has 31 days since it's undated. And we don't know if you would be using February, I guess. But yeah, and there it is from the bottom. Now, I don't know if anyone wants to see the side view. But I got the cover Moon Blossom, which I think is so pretty. Green and blue are my favorite colors. It's so pretty. It's very similar. I don't have it with me, but it's very similar to the patterns that they've had before, but different colors, and I love that. So let's go ahead and flip it open. I just am always amazed with how Laurel Denise does their patterns. Like, I don't know how these three patterns somehow go together, but they do, and I love it. So we have the inside pocket here. You can put a little folder. I will say, out of all of the planners that I've had from them before, this feels looser. Like, maybe it'll be easier to put stuff in that. I've had issues with that in the past, so that's really nice. And then next we have the two rulers. One says you are here, you are also here, and it's a scalloped edge. And then we have the monthly tab stickers. Like I said, this is the Undated. It is a 3-month planner. And I saw someone in the Facebook group had asked why there's a 4th tab. And I do want to show that it leads you to the back pages, at least the few back pages that do exist in the Claire. So that is what that 4th tab is for, in case anyone is wondering. It's there. So maybe you could like repurpose one of those if you want to use it here. I don't know. But going into the layout a bit, we'll go to the first month. Like I said, undated, so there's nothing at the top. You can write in your month, your year. Very similar to the Scout layout, where you can have your notes, you add in your days of the week, your calendar. They do have a tracker. It doesn't say habit tracker, which I kind of like, that, you know, you can track whatever you want. You've got your 4 boxes here, and then you get into the daily pages. And let me show you kind of what that looks like. Here are all the pages in the middle. Behind, you get the 2 dot grid short pages here. And then looking at the daily page, here, we'll fold this over. looking at the daily page, you have where you can select what day of the week it is. I don't think it matters, but it kind of I would love to see this Saturday through Sunday versus Monday through Sunday, even though you can use it however you want. Just in my brain, the week starts on a Sunday. If you've watched my channel before, you know I use Sunday start planners. And then you would select or highlight or circle your day of the month. You have lined on the left side, dot grid on the right side, and then that continues for, so we would have, I want to see this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then on the back of the 7th page is a dot grid page, which I assume you could do like your week or notes for the week or something. A little bit of a different layout there. And then that continues through the 31 days, which we love. And like I said, this is 3 months. So this would be the first month. You just flip. There's the next month. You have your 31 days. And then you flip and you have your last month. And then that last tab is for your back pages where you get a plan ahead page. It's quarterly. So you have 3 months here. I guess so like if you did April, May, June, you could have July, August, September here. Or maybe you use it for a certain time of year. Like I know I saw a whole bunch of people were going to use it as a summer planner. So you could do June, July, August of like next year. So you use it July or June, July, August of 2025, and then plan ahead for next summer for June, July, August here. You write in your month and then things to remember. And then quarterly wins, quarterly lessons. That kind of mirrors the yearly pages in the other layouts. And then you have your kind of, I like to think of this like if you know Happy Planner, they have like the currently page or any kind of journaling. It's the currently page. And you have books I'm reading, things I'm listening to, happy moments, gratitude, hobbies, ways I'm moving my body, I'm excited for, and I'm hopeful for. So there. And then you have another, let me kind of feel this. Yeah, this feels like a little, I don't know, like it would be easier to put papers into. I'll have to test that out. I don't have any really like loose papers that I can show on camera, but I love this pattern here. I kind of want to show that a little closer. Is this what Bug Pretty is? I think it is. I think this pattern, if you know the, here, I'll just find it. Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's the Bug Pretty pattern that is on one of the new pen pouches. But I just love those colors together. There's like a bird and a rain cloud and flowers and stars and whatever that shape is. Very cool. I love it. Okay, and that is the Claire. And then moving on to the Billie. The Billie I have intentions to use. And this is, I guess, the cousin to the Nancy and Anne and the Rose. And the other one I can't think of, the Valerie. But again, an undated planner. This is called Field Mouse. I am not usually like a crazy bright colors kind of person, but something draws my eye to this and I really love it. And I'll kind of get it closer, really flowery, similar to other patterns as well. But this is just so pretty. I even love like just the little purple moment there. On a wire coil. And then let's look at this pattern. Again, I don't get how they make it so that their patterns really work together. Because like, look at, I don't know, they're like so different. They really go nicely. Kind of floral. They're just so bright and eye-catching, and I just Love it. Okay. And then I didn't really talk about this in the other one. But again, you have your ruler, you are here, your scalloped ruler, you are also here, and then the paper monthly tab stickers that you can use for the tabs. Laurel did mention that these are paper, so that you can use highlighter and you can write on them, and just a little better than you can those, like, I don't know the correct term, but like the plasticky ones that are a little harder to write on. These are paper that makes it really easy. So that is in there to put on your tabs. And then I didn't mention, this comes in every planner if you haven't used Laurel Denise before, where you get kind of a little welcome, a great mantra for anyone who is learning to plan. I think it's really cute. And then I skipped a page. And then here you have kind of a before you begin, if you're new to planning, if you want some inspiration, how to move into your planner. I think this is great, especially if you're a new planner. Undated planners are great because you don't have to have like a really solid built out system. You can kind of just go at your own pace, fill it in as you need to, and it's a great option, especially that they're quarterly, that you just don't have to commit for a year. Also, I know people have worries about committing for a year, so that's great. This is the Billie Undated, and then you have your name page. I've seen some awesome decorations on this page, so don't sleep on this page. And then next you have the kind of your quarter at a glance. You've got plenty of space here in the jot grid section, and then this is great. I love how large this is. This would be great for project planning. My intentions with this planner are for like busy seasons at work. It's usually in like a month sprint or so, using it for that. So that's my plan. I'm a product manager, and we have sprints where we really work hard on a specific KPI, and this would be great for like just brain dropping and kind of thinking those things through. But you put your month and things to remember, and then you move into your first month. So very similar to, like I said, the Nancy and the Anne and the Valerie, and a little like the Rose. It's a little different, but kind of that same shape if you're used to that. But here you have your month. Then you have, I love this. I kind of wish like there were this for like the Anne. That'd be nice. Just like more more space always. But a good dot grid section here. Then you move into your weeklies, very similar to the Claire, where you select your weekday and then the day of the month. The top part is lined, the bottom part is dot grid, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you have your dot grid on this side, and then that repeats for 31 days. And then you have a tracker. Again, it doesn't say habit tracker. I love that. So you can track anything that you want over the course of the month. And then the signature LD dashboard, where you've got this big section here with a kind of to do or this month section there. And that repeats for 2 more months for a 3-month planner. Yeah, goodness, why am I having such a hard time? There we go. And then this fourth tab being for the back pages. And then this is what these back pages look like, where you've got the plan ahead. And then you can write in the month and things to remember. And then you've got quarterly wins and quarterly lessons. And finally on the back, again, that kind of currently page where you have books you're reading, things you're listening to, and so on. And that beautiful pattern. I didn't check this pocket. Yeah, these pockets seem a little easier to get papers in. Something to comment on. I hope they keep that for the academic launch. And again, if you've watched my channel at all, you know I'm an Ann planner. I'm actually in an academic, so when I said at the beginning of this video that I really had only planned to look at the accessories and get like one thing, maybe two or three, but all accessories. I had no intentions of getting planners, but I feel less bad with Undated because you can literally hop into them whenever you want to. But I will be thinking about, like I said, this one I'm like pretty certain I'm going to use for a busy season at work. This one I was thinking about journaling, health tracking. I'll be on a health journey. I am on a health journey here in the coming months. So I thought that might be great for just tracking things like that, putting our meals in here or logging meals. If you follow me on Instagram, that's at Planned Imperfectly. I actually use a happy planner, Skinny Mini, to log everything that I eat in a day and the calories. And I'm thinking of expanding on that, which this would be super great for. But there we go, Billie and the Claire. And now moving on to accessories, where I really intended to put some time into this launch because, like I said, I'm excited for the academic launch because I will actually need a new planner and a new dated planner. So I'll be getting that then. But first, we are going to start with the pen pouches. And this one is called, why can't I think of what it is? Is this one Thumbelina? No, it's Thimblewish. This one is called Thimblewish. I love the swans. Absolutely gorgeous. And the signature pink on the insides. I have, I think, 4 of these pouches now. Highly recommend. They fit so much stuff. So that's Thimblewish. And then I also got Bug Pretty, and this is the elastic pen pouch where you can put it around a planner. And I'll show you, this was my thought, was kind of these two together. And it goes along the cover there to go like that. Again, another super spacious, that signature pink inside. Super spacious, you can fit so many pens in there. It is awesome. And then what else do we want to look at? Stickers. In terms of stickers, I got the wellness and medical. I don't know how well you can see those, but you've got pill bottle, kind of like hearts, the stethoscope, clipboard, a shot, and dentist. I have a dentist appointment coming up, so I'm super excited to use that. And then I went ahead and got the Undated planner stickers. This is for when you don't feel like writing everything in. You can, I believe there's months in here as well. Yeah, there's months in here. But basically you can use it to fill in these sections. So you can put the month, the year, and then you can go across with the days of the week as well as the numbers within the boxes with these. And it's enough to cover quite a bit. I think an entire year. So even more than just what these planners are. And then I got the habit trackers. I'm obsessed with habit tracking. I think it's fun. I know a lot of people think it's a little overboard, but I love to look back and see my progress. And it's not, I do it however I want to do it. But I got both the like skinny ones that are just like one long, similar to how like the Scout and the Claire are set up, where it's a cross. And then I also got the regulars. Is that what it's called? No, I don't remember what these are called. I don't know, but the regular ones that are kind of different than any of their layouts. But you write the habit up here, and then you can check or fill in or however you want to do it. So I got those. And then real quick, because these are on top, I also got banner stickers. These were from the yearly launch, and I didn't have them in the size for my my large and in this the new banner stickers, and then I also got it for the Scout. So super excited about those. And then I went ahead and did myself a favor because I knew I wasn't going to stick in one planner for forever. I hop around, especially at work. With my life planner, I typically stay in the same one, but my work planner, I hop around. So I knew if I was going to hop into either the Scout or the Claire, I want to have this. But this is the Chaos to Categories. No, it's not. Yes, it is. The Chaos to Categories pop-in panel. And it comes in this like plastic insert, so you can use dry erase, not dry erase. I think it's wet erase that you use, or they recommend using Sharpie and then writing over it with dry erase, and then you can wipe it. Definitely look in the Facebook group for help with that. But I use Sharpie, and I honestly, after I started using Sharpie, I have not erased one of these plastic pop-in panels. So I don't know yet. But yeah, because I have the other, I forget the 3-column one, and I've written in it, and I have not erased it since I did that. So I don't know how to erase it, but it's easy, is all I know. But the Chaos to Categories, I got it in both, like I said, the Scout size / Claire and the Billie / Anne size. And it comes in categories where you write down places to call, things to call, to clean, to pay, to email, to buy, to research, quick wins, mindless tasks, and high focus. And then it's same thing here. And I do want to open these and show you my favorite thing about this bigger one, because it's not on this one, was my understanding, because you notice it goes to research, and then quick wins, mindless tasks, and high focus are on the back of this one. But because it all fit on one side, in this one, it has that awesome swan pattern, which I am just super excited about. I think it is so pretty. And it matches kind of this section back here. So pretty. So that is that. And then I'm a sucker for a notepad. So I got the Kanban notepad. And like I said, I'm a product manager, so we actually like literally do this at work. So this is not new to me, and I think it'll be super helpful when I'm planning our roadmap. Is to use this. And I don't have any sticky notes, do I? Basically, you would write, so the way I'm going to use it is I brain dump, which I could do down here. I see there's a notes section. I could brain dump everything that I need to do. And then once I kind of prioritize what I need to do off of there, I add it to my to-do list. So I'd put everything here, and then I'd move them to doing once I'm like actively working on a project, and then move it to done once that is complete. So that's kind of how you would use that. I love this pattern up top. I don't have my perpetual calendar, and I feel like those are slept on, but this pattern is in that as well. It's very pretty. And then, funny story about this, I got a clip folio, which has been around for a long while. I ordered this for pre-launch on my birthday, and it turns out that my husband knows me very, very well, and he also got me a clip folio. And there are maybe 1 or 2 patterns, I don't remember, like 1 or 2 other patterns. Let's see if I can look. Really quick, I'm gonna type it in over here. There's 2 other patterns, right? And he picked the same pattern. So not only do I have 2, I have 2 in the same pattern. We really could have, at least gone with 2 different styles, but he knows me so well, he knew I'd pick this one. He obviously didn't want to tell me because it was a surprise. So I ended up with 2 of these. Fun fact. So I might do a giveaway. Um, if someone is interested in in getting the clip folio, let me know, and I will certainly do that because I don't need to. I honestly barely needed one. I can get that back in there. So now I have that, which is fun. But that is my haul, and I'm super, super, super duper excited about it. And I think everything is beautiful. Like, you see the product pictures and you get really excited about what everything looks like. But there is seriously nothing more exciting than getting it in person and seeing it in person. And it's just gorgeous. Um, yeah, just incredible. So that's it. That is the full Laurel Denise Undated launch haul from my side. If anything caught your eye, my affiliate link is in the description. Um, and don't forget to use code imperfect10. It gets you 10% off at checkout. You can use it as many times as you want. There really aren't many limitations to using it. And I want to know, do you shop the Undated launch? What do you plan on getting? What did you get? Drop it in the comments because I genuinely love seeing what other people grabbed. I'm always interested in what covers people find interesting. I know Thumbelina was really popular this time around, which it came in boxes. I don't have my box with me, but super, super pretty. But again, if you are new here, I'm Sarah. I talk about planning, paper, digital, hybrid, all of it over on my Instagram, Planned Imperfectly. Subscribe if that is your thing, and I will see you in the next one.